Okay. So make sure the music is good, not too loud. Take you this too hard. Take you this too hard. Okay. Good morning, beautiful people. Another day with the opportunity to make some money from our home. What a blessing. Ooh, so cold today too. Hopefully we can make some moolah today and get an entry at all. Because it seems like our move went without us. It's been the common theme like this whole week. Thankfully we've still been able to make money, but still, like, we want the whole of the move, no? Let me see if I'm posted. Okay. I'm gonna wait till about 9:15 to start our analysis, just to minimize the amount of times I have to repeat myself, you know. Oh, you know what I need? I need a startup screen. That's the next thing that this stream needs. We got the soundboard a little bit. It's pretty simple, but that looks like a nice short. Next area you could test is probably VWAP 828 if it continues this trajectory. Yeah, it's a lot of selling pressure on top of that right there. It's just breaking below a resistance. If it wants to come back up and recover, the buyers got to step up, but they already had their opportunity and lost it, especially on the 5-minute. I'm already starting analysis. I can't help myself. Like, I just have to talk about what I read. May get that touch of VWAP. That's at 828.21. May get that touch of VWAP. Maybe a minor bounce off of there first before another continuation down. That's the first area we got to test, though. The first opportunity buyers have to at least, like, make a comeback, or at least put their foot down a bit. That's not a nice close for the buys, though. They're gonna have to have a lot of power to, yep. They would have to have a lot of power to make a recovery there. Oh my goodness, my hands are so cold, guys. This is gonna be so hard. I need to warm up. I need to be at my peak physically and mentally. (9:15) we start an analysis. That would have been a nice sell if I was able to sell pre-market. But we're at today's point of control now at 24.75. Ooh, excuse me, excuse me. I'm getting a major retracement here on the 1 minute at least. On the higher time frames, like the 15 and 5, it's not that bad. It's pretty normal. But if it keeps going, takes out 803, I would be surprised. Ooh, sugar. I need to figure out how I'm gonna warm up. Is the heat on? Let me go turn on the heat. The heat wasn't on. Did not have the thermostat on. That's crazy. So you broke through VWAP with some power. Buyers didn't even try to step up there. Let's look at the delta. Sellers are stepping up big here, actually, in terms of aggressiveness. Yo, I feel like I gotta go put on a coat or something. Like, look at you. Nah, it's cold. A few more minutes and I'm gonna start our analysis. But before this, like, this market, like, the sellers are just taking advantage of the news. I'm not complaining because on the macro side, there are bullish signals that I will be speaking about. So I'm not really too mad at it unless it gets out of hand. Like, it start getting out of hand and I'm gonna be a little upset. It is cool. Good morning. What is that stock? So this is actually SPY futures. So it's the same thing. You probably heard of the SPY, S&P 500. This is just the futures. So like how you can trade options or outright buy the stocks of S&P. This is just the future version of that. For the most part, I only trade futures though, not gonna lie, especially like doing my live streams. Yeah. I remember you had made a killing the other day. You made any trades since then? Okay, some hesitation right here at the bottom. Well, we can't even call it a bottom yet. It's not established yet. Only 20 seconds went by. But it is extended from the 9 moving average and VWAP, so I can understand why it's hesitating a little bit before it pushes lower or go higher. But again, with the rubber band method, if it's extended one way, I eventually expect a snapback. So if you're short, I would not risk that snapback. It just doesn't make sense. It well could go lower, but me personally, I'm not risking the snapback. Only because eventually at some point, you're going to get a pop. Especially like this one right here. Look at that. Now, it's just 10 seconds and it's already pushing. So it's starting out strong, but like we always speak about, when it starts out strong, it's harder for it to stay strong, for it to hold those levels. Because it's good if you push out strong in the opening gates, but if you finish weak, then it defeats the purpose, you know? It's pushing though, so 20 seconds left to go, and it's still pushing. First area you want to watch is that moving average, 9 moving average. You don't want to get trapped in a bear trap. Usually what you will see is a pop to a moving average and it fades right off of it. So that's the first area you want to watch. Seeing a little bit of hesitation right there. Touched it and now hesitating a little bit. But that was a nice close, so let's see what we get. If we get over this moving average, the next area I'm going to watch is the VWAP, which is that yellow line, this yellow line right here. I might as well start analysis from now, right? So, because I can't help myself. I really can't. All right. It's cold. Okay, so let's start with news. So far, we did get ADP jobs coming out. I think it was like 42K or so, like almost 20K higher than expected. And you might be thinking, oh yeah, that means job employment is strong, but that's bad in terms of rate cuts, because what the Fed wants to see is slowing in employment. And if employment is strong and the economy is strong, then that makes inflation more sticky. So we're gonna keep that in mind in terms of the bearish side of things. However, tech is still holding up the markets right now. Surprisingly, it seems like I've been saying, like the optimism behind tech is crazy. Well, AI specifically, but as it is still rallying, there are still warnings saying that, you know, we might top out. Yeah. So that's it in terms of the fundamental, the news side of things. I would say the sentiment so far is slightly bullish, but with caution, of course. So again, we're not trading any breakout trades, no breakouts at all. We're only trading retracements, pullbacks, and that's about it. No chasing. We are not in the business to chase. We are snipers. We wait for our kill. I'm also bullish because on the daily, we somewhat have a trigger. We somewhat have a trigger on the daily. So with this candle here, which shows that, okay, after this strong extension candle towards the downside, we had another, well, this used to be red, and we got to a point at, what's this, 803. When we got to 803, pretty much sellers lost their control, turned over to the buy side now, and buyers were able to make a recovery, strong recovery, because not only were they able to bring price up, they also finished green as well as that. So we use this candle as a trigger. right? It's a pretty big trigger because it's on a daily time frame, but what we want to see is a break over the high of this candle here, of our trigger candle. That's what we're watching for, right? Go back to, so with moving averages, how they work, it pretty much takes, it calculates the, well, however, whatever input that you put. So let's say you have an input of 9, 20. Usually the most common inputs are 9 and 20. You would have a fast and slow, and it will calculate those candles. So let's say if it's 9 period, it will calculate the previous 9 candles into its average. So how I'd use it now is, let's say price is extended away from that EMA, let's say the 9 EMA. I would look for it to build back up or meet at that price and watch how price tests at that level. With the EMAs, you can also use them as a momentum, to gauge momentum. So if it's above the 9 and 20 EMA, I don't have it on my 1 minute right now, but I do have it on other charts. So if it's above the 9 and 20, or let's say the 9 EMA is above the 20 EMA, that signals bullish momentum. So as you can see on the 1 minute, price has been below the 9 EMA, and it's just been bouncing off of the 9 EMA and trending down. So until price can get above the 9 EMA, so far it's just bearish signals. What I also watch for is how extended away from the 9 EMA it is, because once I see a gap, it shows an opportunity for buyers to at least make that retracement back to the 9 EMA before it makes a continuation towards the lower side like it is now. That's just what I like to watch for. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's still good to watch for it. So yeah, our plan, to be honest, until the bias changes otherwise, we're gonna look for bullish setups. So any type of bounces off support, pullbacks, retracements, anything like that, we're gonna be taking those type of trades. Especially since it's dropping so much pre-market. Usually if you see a drop pre-market like that, like 9 times out of 10, you're gonna see a pop in market open. And we're relatively up pre-market too. It didn't. Let's go on this time frame here. Yeah, from like 3 a.m. to 8:30, we pretty much went up. We pretty much are just bullish. So you can imagine people taking profit before the market open. Nobody wants to be sitting on their hands on profit into the market open, especially how volatile 9:30 is. Nobody wants to do that. So you can imagine some profit taken here, but that doesn't necessarily mean that shorts are in control yet. We are in a sensitive area though, because we have the 200 moving average here, as well as the point of control for today so far. So you want to see how price reacts there. If price can hold above it, that will be bullish. If it can't, breaks below, you want to look for the next area that it could test for support. Ooh, so cold still. I turned on the heat. I'm not understanding. Oh, okay. But this is interesting here. So on the 1 hour now, if we look at the MACD, it's actually diverging a little bit. The histogram is still green, but it is losing momentum. So I'm watching for that. And we definitely got a trigger, a bearish trigger on the 1 hour here, and it's already playing out. So we already missed this short move here. Now it's just a matter of how far it goes and where is it gonna find its next bottom. I don't want to confuse you guys with too many indicators, so I'm gonna keep it on the 1 minute where I have my volume, my MACD, my VWAP, my 9 EMA. This is my trigger screen. All my trades go through this screen here. What y'all normally trade? I see Dave usually trade stocks. There's other people that's here though, and they're just lurking. I'm gonna find who you are. I'm kidding. Before y'all think I'm serious and start leaving, like, please guys. We're a tight community. Let's stay tight knit. That MACD is diverging though. On the hourly. That's interesting. That puts a question mark on the day. Because especially since it's just starting to, like, it's just starting to cross that line. It didn't cross yet, but it's beginning to. We gotta observe to see how that works. We gotta see how that works. This may continue lower here for real. Buyers gotta step up. Oof, that don't look pretty. That does not look pretty for them. Next level that we can test is 812. 6 minutes to market open. Can you explain what a reversal candle looks like? Yes, I can, because we actually have one on the hourly. Let's take off all of this stuff. We don't need that right now. So reversal candles is pretty much the same thing as trigger candles. And my favorite ones are the one where you have long topping wicks at the top of apex points, which means we have the top of the move and we're getting this trigger at the top of the move. So I'll use this one, and we also have the hammer. Let's see. This is a good example. This is a hammer here as well. You see how price continued a little bit. Another hammer as well. So with that being said, what you have with this topping candle is, okay, so price gets to a point where it's pretty much attractive to the buyers. And until shorts can regain leverage, the buyers are in control, right? So with that being said, price is going to continue to a point where shorts feel like now they have more leverage. At 843 now, the buyers lost their leverage, lost weakness. It was shaky up here, which is why every buyer that buys in this wick are now trapped. They're holding their position. This is why this becomes a trigger. Anytime you see a topping wick at the top of a move, you're going to get trapped buyers in this area. So then when we capitulate below the low of the same trigger candle, all of those buyers have to stop out. And that's usually why we get these type of major moves right after. Same is true for the buy side. You got it in the form of this candle that bounced right off of this support, trapped a bunch of sellers. Those sellers have to stop out, and then price continues towards the upside. So we already missed this move, but we're not trading during extended trading hours, so that doesn't really affect us. However, what does affect us is how far it's going to go. So we want to look for the next level for it to test for a buy. Because again, we have bullish sentiment. We're looking for buys. So here, I see a lot of wicks. So first thing I'm going to do, not here. I'm going to draw the zone. There could be some supply here. Price rejected this level. Well, try to break this through this level a few times and it was reclaimed. So obviously there's buyer interest here. So I'm only drawing it out because it's a level to watch. It also coincides with the 1 minute as we have our level marked out from days ago. I left this, I think this is from like our last trading day. Not even, maybe from last week at 8:12 though. It's still being respected for now. This could be a buy opportunity as well, but it's too soon as it's 2 minutes until 9:30. You do not want to be getting in 2 minutes before market open. That's not pretty. Generally, you want to wait at least 15 minutes. Just let some information dish out on the board first. How are you gonna know how to play your card, how to play your hand if you don't see how everybody else is playing their hand first? You gotta think of it like poker. You don't just play your hand just to play your hand. You want to see how everybody play first. How's everybody playing? Right now, the sellers are showing their hand. And it's strong. And it's a strong hand. Why is this thing keep popping up? Oh, so it only happens when I put it at the line here or something? Or, okay, I see. 1 minute until market open. Again, if anybody here have any questions, feel free to ask. Doesn't even have to be market related. Could be anything, to be honest. Okay, so broke through one level. Well, technically 2 or 3. 1, 2. Yeah, we can count these, even though it was earlier. You guys know about Delta? Better yet, who was in the previous stream? Because if you was in the previous stream, then you definitely know about Delta. And you should know how to read order flow. This is what we're about to do now since it's 9:30. Okay. So let's read the Delta together. With these 1, 2, 3 candles, you had a bunch of stack sellers actually. That's insane. However, it's not that. Well, overall it was 2,000 Delta, but the levels individually only about 300 average. Strong levels usually you would see like negative 1,000 delta or so. But the fact that it is stacked up like that, that's actually crazy. Like the sellers aren't coming to play. But let's wait our 15 minutes. Let's wait our 15 minutes, see what the market gives us. See how strong the buyers are as well. But so far, that was a lot of buy volume in that candle, at least on the 1 minute side of things. So far, price is respecting that zone that we made as well. We're at point of control on the hourly right now. So it's a fight to get above it. That's why you're seeing this hesitation here. But it looks like ultimately, yep, the bulls are winning that. Good job for the bulls. Tilt says 61% short, but that quickly dropped. That shit went from, oops, excuse me, 61 to 51 immediately. Whoo. A lot of shorts just got stopped out. That's what that's telling me. Have some ways to go though. Like, we have some areas to stop out a lot of shorts because, again, like I was saying before, each level was only about 300 or so in terms of negative aggressive selling. So one strong candle can take out that entire move for that recovery. That's why reading order flow is important. You got to be able to read order flow. You got to know when a leg has, when a move have legs and when a move doesn't have legs. So on the hourly now, I'm thinking we're just gonna let this candle play out, and if we get a nice bottom wick, especially after this zone, we're gonna look for a dip in the next hourly that opens up in 26 minutes. We're gonna look for a dip, buy the dip especially if it goes to 815 at this zone, and then look for at least a little bullish retracement from the bottom of this level. Something like this. Even if it's minor, we can make money off of that. But what I'm thinking, if we do get that entry, then we could definitely form a higher low above point of control, and then take out the high at 843, and then test 851 if we break out the high of 843. So that's the game plan. All right, that's the game plan. Let's mark that. All right, I mean, we already have 812 marked out. We can mark out 815 as well, but we can do that manually. I just hope it doesn't go like up too much, so then we don't get an entry. I like slow burn moves. Only thing that's concerning me is the fact that the MACD is diverging. That's the one thing that's concerning me. That will flip my entire bias completely. And look, buyers not even stepping up for real. They're taking so long to make up what they're bouncing off a VWAP as well on a 15-minute. It touched VWAP and just immediately rejected. It has 9 minutes to go, but that rejection is not pretty, honestly. And if you get below this zone here, the sellers can have a lot of confidence here. Delta has been increasing ever since 8:45 towards the sell side. I mean, I swear I turned on the thermostat. You could even well, it's 8 minutes to go on 15 minutes, so I can't even say you can scalp the move from this top and wick because there are a lot of trap buyers. Let me go back to the mid screen one more time. Again, when I was showing you out with the topping wicks, anytime you see long topping wicks here, they're trap buyers. So until they get back to those points, well, to these levels, these buyers are stuck, and eventually they have to exit. And when they do exit, that's fuel for the short side. So buyers have to make their way. They have to fight. Not gonna lie, they're gonna have to fight. Mm. Yo, the sellers is just really just kicking the confidence out of all the buyers right now. Like, come on. You have to break that high, please. What am I saying about please? I don't really care if it breaks a high. I just need a trigger for the hourly. If in 22 minutes when this hourly close, I can get a nice bottom wick, that would be major for me. Because then we could get an A+ setup out of that. On the 4 hour, I have some ways to go. Like that's not pretty on the 4 hour side. And being that this is a higher time frame, this overrides everything else. So that's what sucks for the bulls. And being that I do have a bullish bias, that sucks for me as well. Because on the daily, we do have a trigger as well, but it's going to be hard to overtake, especially with this 4 hour candle. This 4 hour candle needs to make some way first. If it can get at least to 28, maybe 30, then there's hope. But I don't like this resistance here. This top and wick, I don't like that. Just gonna have to see what we get. While you guys are here, if there are any new viewers, if you could just take 2 seconds to drop a like, that will help the channel greatly, and I would also greatly appreciate it. I beg. I need to find a way to like do other stuff like while we're waiting for setups. Cause that's what I'm saying, like actual like real dig down trading where you making bread, you're gonna have to wait a while. This is what I'm saying. These sellers keep playing with the buyers. Every time the buyers feel like they have hope, they just in one strong move. Stop playing with the buyers like this. But the overall CVD is, let's see what these buyers have. I ain't gonna count them out. But damn, like the sellers really playing with them right now. Hold that support. Y'all gotta hold that support. Come on, guys. Show some grit. Damn. Yeah, that's out of here. Oh, that would have been a nice scalp too. Y'all wanna see me scalp? Y'all wanna see me scalp? I'll scalp for y'all. Nah, I'm playing. Maybe one of these days. Truth be told, I'm really good at scalping. I'm not gonna lie. But this so nasty for the bulls. This short move has been happening since it touched a support at 843. 803 is technically a level. 803, 800 is technically a level that I could potentially scout. Potentially. But the way 4,000 of aggressive sellers on this candle. MACD in a 1 minute now converging. Diverging. I don't believe the shorts will have control for the whole day though. I'm gonna let they have their fun right now. If you're bullish as well, let's let the shorts have fun for now. We gonna wait our time. Again, we snipers. We don't have to chase for nothing. Thinking of taking a starter position at 803 though. If it could get to that level. I swear I turn on the thermostat, yo. It is so cold. Whew. Any new traders? Any vets? What's y'all sentiment for the day? I want to know, guys. Come on. Don't leave me in the dark. $44 to this 15-minute close. But it's closing to more so on the bearish end of things. So unless we could get more of a bottom wick to make this support look good, pretty much. I mean, there's support here too. 805. This is where it hits the most points. But it's 10 seconds left and price is closing towards the lows of this candle. So best bet is we get a pop and maybe another fade for the bearish side, because it has a lot of work to do in terms of recovery. A lot of work to do. Ooh, let's just see how high it goes. It's below point of control. Let's see if we get a pop and drop. It's just 15 minutes just open, and it already have all this energy. Where all this energy came from? Don't start off strong and not hold those levels. That's what I'm saying. Because that's just gonna make a nice big top in the wick, trap all those buyers, and that's a nice close. That's a nice close though. I'll give you that. On the 1 minute. It's a nice close on the 1 minute. That is a really nice close on the 1 minute. Let's see. Let's read some delta. Let's see some order flow. Not as strong as the selling candles. But let's see. Okay. 3 seconds to close. That was a decent, in terms of delta, it was a decent candle. CVD, believe it or not, is still towards the bullish side. As I can see over here. Over this signal, this pretty much, CVD shows who's in control. So with this with this zero signal line and but delta being over the green signal line, it's pretty much showing that buyers are in control. That's why I say, funny enough, buyers are still in control. Let's see what we get. If this 5 minute can close just in the zone, maybe there's hope. Just in the zone. $11 minutes until 11 minutes till the next hourly. It's forming nicely too. Our trigger is forming nicely. This is what we needed. We need a nice bottom wick, especially in this zone here. The fact that it's above the zone is even better. So what I'm gonna look for in 11 minutes in the next candle, I'm gonna be buying the dip. I want to see the first move though, the first initial move to be a drop, so we can form a nice bottom wick and then have bullish momentum towards the upside. But again, this is concerning me. This is gonna bite me right here. Every time I trade against the hourly MACD, it always bites me in the end. And right now it's divergent, but it's just divergent, so there's still hope. Then there's also this. This is also a factor as well. That's not pretty. So what I am thinking, I might actually have to scalp. I can't be in the market too long. So I'm going to find a nice opportunity to scalp the market. However, as y'all know, that comes with more risk. Let's see what we get.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Took a quick scalp there just for a buffer. Oh shit. Oh, I should have held that because it really, I took a entry for the short side. But I didn't want to overstay my welcome since it was the first trade. I just wanted to build the buffer. But if I had held that, that was definitely like at least a $600 trade. It's whatever though. You can't cry over spilled milk. The question is, now that the buyers just got wiped out, do we switch buys to the short side? And if so, because look at now, before the same wick that we wanted that we just had a nice bottom wick that became our trigger. But now that this hourly is closing so strong, we would have to look for a pop on the next hourly and then a drop even below this support line at 803 into the next support level, which would be this zone here in the 700s. So I don't want to chase the move, so now I have to wait for a pop for the short entry. But I did take a quick pop. That trade that I took, it was a quick pop, and I had to take it on the ES. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, because I'm not trying to overstay my welcome. Hold on. So this wick here, it was green. I got in at this wick, and then right before the capitulation, I was pretty much sold out when it touched the support because I wasn't trying to risk another retracement, like another bounce there. So I just got out there really quick. But now that I got a buffer, I can, you know what I mean? And then look for the best trade. Because look, if we extend to a certain point, bulls can still take a little W here. Because we are very extended. It's not like I think this is just going to be a red day the entire day. That would be crazy. So now that I have 200 to risk, I want to see where the next support is. This next hourly opens up in 7 minutes. So even if that next hourly becomes the trigger candle, so that's pretty much where we get a small body. Yeah. You get like it opens up, maybe it pops, maybe it drops first, but overall we have a small body and the wick height are pretty much equal. Then maybe this will become our trigger, and then the next candle will pretty much tell us where we're gonna go for the rest of the day. But so far, this move has already been made. There's no more. You shouldn't be looking for anything else out of this. Like the rubber band is stretched. It's stretched to the downside already. So you want to look for the next entry, and that doesn't come until 6 minutes. On the 1 minute though, look at this. This is a trigger on the 1 minute. Maybe you can see a little pop here for another scalp. Am I gonna take that scalp? I don't think so. I don't think so. But it would make sense. You're getting a little signal here. You probably take a nice scalp either to the moving average at 806. Take profit off the table there. And if you get a bounce to 812, that would be even better. But I'm not risking that. Yeah, and for good reason. Look at that. For great reason. Let's read Delta. Oh, we actually, in terms of Delta, we're actually crossing below the signal line on CVD. We're getting really close to it. So buyers are about to take control. See, didn't I tell y'all that look, see, that's why I never trade against the hourly. The hourly is diversion, is turning, and it's turning red. That's why I said everything else said bulls. Everything else said bullets, go long. But just because that one hourly, that's why I hesitated, because so many times in my past, I trade against that hourly MACD and I got cooked every time. And I was showing exactly why. So now, bias, we just have to go what the market is selling us. It's bearish now. 5,000 in terms of negative delta. You can still wait for it to bottom out, but as of now, you're gonna have to wait it out for bulls. Let the shorts do their thing. Let the shorts do their thing, man. And I ain't chasing it either. I ain't chasing no moves lower. That is not in my recipe for today. I do think it's them ADP jobs reports though. Like, it doesn't make sense how strong the economy is. Like, it's just, it feels like a paradox in a way, because in it, it doesn't feel strong, but numerically, it's strong as shit. I don't get that. If somebody could explain that for me, I'll give y'all 10,000. I'm lying to y'all, but yeah, hypothetically, I'll give y'all 10,000. What are you gonna do? Make new lows? 3 minutes until that next hourly, and we're getting into a support zone. So this is another area we can test. Bulls gotta step up. There's only so many opportunities where we can test and recover. But with that MACD now turning red, boy, whew, I waited a little bit. Where's the window? Let's find the window in the daily. See, that's the thing. It's bearish sentiment now, yes. But with this being a trigger candle, and for this to like be a full bearish day, it would have to take out this entire wick. Because this entire wick have trap sellers here. If you want to continue, you have to take out this entire wick. Well, if you get below it, then those trap sellers become trap buyers, to be honest. Because there are also people that's buying in this level. And more than likely, they're going to take profit the closer it gets to their position entry. But still, it has a way to go. This entire wick, it has to go. I just... It's so conflicting. One thing's for sure, though. If you are short, I'm not seeing any entry for you to get in yet. Me personally. Maybe you do, but you're going to have to explain to me exactly what you see. You could say this break of support right here, but who gets in? That's so risky. You're risking a retracement. That's why, like, especially in short side, I'm not risking no break of supports. Give me a bounce out of resistance. I'd rather get in on a green candle, especially if I'm short. More than likely, I'm gonna get in on a green candle. If I'm short, I'm getting in on a green candle. I want to get in at the best price. Why would I get in on a red candle if I'm short? That means I'm getting it more expensive than I should be getting it at. Think about it. If I'm short, because the fact that you see wicks here, people are selling down here. If I'm short, why am I getting in on this red candle or on this down here below over here? Why not get in short up here? Wait for this move. Just be patient. Just wait for a pop and then short it. Especially if your overall bias is bearish, then trust your bias. Wait for the pop, short the shit out of it. But so far, I'm not seeing any other moves like this. We could have traded this move too. This move was a little bit too early. But let's see how far we can go. Oh, but the people that did get in early though, they're making a killing. They are making a killing. So we broke in the 70s, 6, 7. Yeah, I said 6, 7. They're gonna cook me. They're gonna cook me. What is it about the numbers 6 and 7? Like, I understand the song came out and I understand it's a trend. But y'all ever notice how lately, like, let's say you're picking between two numbers and you're like guesstimating. It always happens to be 6, 7 now. 6, 7 inches of rain. He's like 6, 7 feet tall. Like, what is that about? I don't get it. 8,000 aggressive sellers in this one 15-minute candle. Wow. Next one just opened up. Did that hourly open up too? Ooh, we got a drop first on the hourly. That could be interesting. If we continue lower, that's really strong on the bearish side. I'm not gonna hold you. But the fact that we got a drop first, that gives us the opportunity to get a nice bottom wick, and it becomes a trigger. But this candle here closed so strong. Look, it pretty much closed at the lows. The sellers did not come to play. They did not come to play. That's actually insane. I'm actually starting to feel warmer now. I think the thermostat is working now. Nice. Ooh, now I could think straight. You know how hard it is to think while you're shivering? My thoughts felt frozen. All sellers on the delta. Some straight sellers on the delta so far. And we got aggressive levels at 782, 793, 796, and 804. Yeah, there's no point chasing this move. How do we look on the daily? Oh gosh, she actually might. Yo, if we take out this entire wick, wow, that would be insane. Volume increasing. There's no entry. Even if you're short, there's no entry. You have no choice but to look long. You can't look at it any other way. Even if it is a continuation short, and because you have no choice but to look long, you might not even be able to get a trade in. Because getting in long in such strength, that's counter trending. Which I love to do. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I love to counter trend. But only when it makes sense. This is insanity. Hesitation here. Let's see what we get. Looks like a break. Test at 773. I'm so happy I have all these levels pre-made. I have no idea. And what I mean by pre-made, I ain't use no AI. I use myself, okay? I don't delete my drawings for the most part. So any type of support resistance that I had from way back when, I usually leave them because they're usually, for some reason, my lines are very well respected. Shorts seem to be getting greedy. Eventually, they're going to be losing their footing. Is it here? We need to be watching Delta. We need to be watching the order flow. We want to watch for slowing on the selling side. I could have been correct. That would have been crazy market intuition if I was. That would have been scalpable. I have to get into the habit of like trusting my lines, like, because I very well could have gotten there for a scalp. Is it making any triggers on the 5 minute? Nope. Nothing more than a double bottom a bit, but it has to close like that. And this 5 minute just open, so it could very well just be a pop and drop to continue lower through that support. 1 minute has to hold this level. Price is very extended from the moving averages on the higher time frames though. So that's the major concerns for shorting here. Because if you short here, you risk this. Not a good risk, especially if you're just risking just a little bit more of a move. If you are shorting at the moving average, it is a strategy. Usually after extended move down, people usually short that first move to the moving average, the first touch to the moving average. But you have to have a really tight stop, and you have to be quick as hell, and it's a scalp technique. And again, I wouldn't be looking for shorts so close to the bottom here. Let the move play out. See what the move gives you first. You know what I mean? Because on the 15-minute, we could be forming a trigger on the 15-minute. If we get a nice bottom wick, especially at that support, we could be forming a trigger here. And that would be lovely. So you have to test and see. Wait and see. It's all about patience. MACD conversion up. Bullish volume starting to increase a bit. How's Delta? Okay. Buyers just open up on the Delta. Okay. This level at 773 is so important. That's why I should have played that move first. That is a very important level because if you break through that level, it's pretty much a free fall until 48, that's crazy. So I definitely should have played this move for a scalp, and that's my fault for not being vigilant of all my screens. I'm here just glued to this screen and my front screen. I need to be looking at the macro picture. I had this line marked out since, oh my goodness. This one's been marked out since Tuesday. And that might have been the trigger for the daily too, for it to build a bottom wick as well. So you're just gonna have to see here. That looks nice. Let's see. Nice. It's bear flagging right off that moving average instead of rejecting it. That's bullish. So you want to look for the break over 83. Five minutes to the 15-minute close. And the 15-minute will become a trigger if it closes on the same path that it's currently on. It has to remain with this long bottom wick though. If the bottom wick could be even longer, that would be even better. But that's what we're looking for. Nice pop here. Nice. Okay, bulls might start taking control back. Let's see. It's becoming a nice trigger. Oh, that should have been an entry maybe. I keep forgetting. Trade and talk. Trade and talk. That's what I gotta do. I get so tunnel vision sometimes. Dip and continuation would be great. That would be strong for buy side. Nice. Didn't really get much of a dip though. I'm concerned with that. This is such a bullish signal. Look at this. It doesn't get more triggered than that. 3 minutes to close. It's doing it on the hourly as well. I wonder if I can just get a quick stab. Just don't drop too much. This is a lovely trigger though. Absolutely lovely. It just has to hold just like that. It's holding this level. Do I? It just took back all this moment. Look, now you have a lot of trap buyers here. That sucks. See what happens when you push and you can't hold? Sucks for y'all.
Order filled. Order filled.
Let's take a quick stab.
Order filled.
Didn't really get much from that one. Probably could have got more though. Let's read order flow. Do have trap buyers in this candle if it can't hold that level.
Order filled.
I'm gonna risk the 200 and take a little scalp here. Oh, nice.
Order filled.
Okay. That wasn't bad. Extra 200 on that. Let me see. Wait. So in 4 seconds, if you see another pop, then that's just another pop to the moving average and fade off of it. Same as we mentioned before, but on a higher time frame. Ooh, I could have scalped that one too. But I don't really have to get greedy here. It doesn't really make any sense to. Let me see. Buyers had the opportunity, man. That was a shot. Let's see if they can try again. Let's see. It's trying again. Let's see how the sellers react to this. They close above this high here. A lot of sellers get stopped out. 790 is the area to watch. Whole bunch of sellers. You should see a capitulation over this level here. Whew. Cool. Buyers are holding this level. They're steadily tricking up. So let's see. You want to see a strong close, which pretty much means price close close to its highs. So you see this top wick, which is at 86. You want to see it close in the range of that 86 there. Not bad of a close, not bad, but it could have been better because you don't want to see a descending support form. Yeah, descending resistance form. You don't want to see that. So it has to break over this and then break over this. That's what we want to see. All right, we got the break over the first level. Second level needs to break. We cannot afford to make the strong move like this and then not hold, because what you get is a long top and wick and you trap those buyers. I cannot repeat myself enough. So buyers, if you want to do that, you can do that. I'm just saying, know that you have to hold these levels. You need legs here. Now, you got some good signals on the smaller time frame at least, where you have a double bottom plus a hammer at the support of 773, and it is an important level as we establish on the higher time frames. It looks like we have, I mean, it has the ability to break here. It's at 790 though. That's an important area that could turn the tides of the war. This is an important area that could turn the tides of the war. Let's see if the bulls can do it. You trap so many sellers in this level here. You have to break and hold. Don't weaken up. You got 33 seconds. Now, as I was mentioning earlier, see, you have to be able to visualize what can happen with the candles, right? So this now, as I was saying before, becomes a trigger candle. This hour becomes our trigger candle for our next candle. Right? So on the hourly now, if this continues its trajectory and it has this nice long bottom wick, this is buying momentum for at least a move to test 803, then 810, 820, so on and so forth. At least we know a retracement or reversal is coming because this is the trigger. This is the signal that indicates that. Right? But we visualized it before this candle even started. We started thinking about it during this candle here, this 9 a.m. candle. So, but then we thought about the possibilities of what this candle could look like, and because of that, it gives us a better outlook on how the rest of the day could form. Anybody made any trades though? Any trades? Any NQ traders? I always have to ask NQ traders. I'm a little. I gotta watch out for y'all, you NQ traders. I gotta watch out for y'all for real. I have nothing against y'all. Just everything against y'all. I'm not gonna hold you. I be judging y'all. Again, if you're new to the stream, I really would appreciate if you just drop a like. 2 seconds, just pop, drop a like one time. You feel me? You get a quick round of applause. Nothing crazy, you feel me? And get a quick round of applause. I'm telling you. That's all you gotta do. Drop the like one time. I already gave you the round of applause, so you kind of owe me a little bit. I'm talking to you. Did I just break the third wall just now? I'm learning new tactics. I'm a new streamer, guys. I'm learning new tactics. Okay? So bear with me. I still don't even have an outro yet. Don't even have an outro yet. But we broke over 790. We're capitulating now. So the next level we're going to test is 800. This could be the turn of the war. It seems like it is. What y'all think? Unk Tech. Listen, I'm only unk in terms of trading. I've been in the trading game for a long time. But in terms of youth, age, I don't look old. Do I look old? How old y'all think I look for real? There's no way. There's no way y'all doing this to me. Better yet, where's some of y'all watching from? Because I look at the stats and a lot of y'all be from all over the world. It's actually mad cool. Like it's I can't even fathom how this video is even reaching like other countries like that. I'm just thinking like the people that know me is watching, like personal friends and stuff like that. I hope y'all at least can get something out of these lives though. So y'all don't even want to tell me where y'all watching from? It's alright. Like y'all acting like I'm John Wick. I'm just John Wick. They call me John Wick. I know you see Ja the trader, but they really call me Ja Wick. When I'm sit down in this chair and I'm in the market, in my head, I'm Ja Wick, and that's how I trade. Ja Wick. Now, if I ever mess up any trades, that's the Joker. That's not me. I call that person, whoever messes up, the Joker, and I put everything on him. So it's like a constant battle between Ja Wick and the Joker. You know what I mean? If y'all ever watch the book, I said watch. If y'all ever read the book Alter Ego, y'all know what I'm talking about. It will really help with y'all trading. If I could recommend a few books for y'all, it would definitely be Atomic Habits and Alter Ego. Bikini Bottom is crazy. Bikini Bottom is crazy. I'm from Bikini Bottom. Are you making me say, wait, no, I'm not from Bikini Bottom. I'm reading out, for anybody that's watching this after, I'm reading out what this guy is saying. He's saying he's from Bikini Bottom. That's what he said. I'm not from Bikini Bottom. Better yet, can you guys guess where I'm from? Like when I talk, are y'all able to tell where I'm from? I'm just trying to like ask a bunch of questions, hoping like at least one of y'all, just want to answer. Who knows? I like interaction. Breaking 800 now, so yep, the tides are officially turned. Buyers seem to be stepping up. Some absorption coming up at this level at 800 though. Might have some trouble breaking it. In terms of delta. Now what if I said whoever comment first gets a free giveaway? Then what? Y'all would have ran to the chat, huh? I told y'all eventually I'm gonna be doing giveaways. Look out for that. I just need to build the community a little bit more. Y'all see what I'm saying? Because as of now, I sound schizophrenic. Y'all stop playing with me. First of all, I'm not Unk. I'm not a YN either. I'm Big Bro. I'm Big Bro. Okay? But yeah, you feel me? One of these days, when I have like, I'll probably say, if I could get to 20 average viewers, or like whatever they call it, concurrent viewers, whatever they call it on YouTube, I'm new to this. If I could get 20, I'll do a giveaway because that's when it's fair. The odds when it's 8, it's like, nah, that's not really, I'll say, and all right, if we get, all right, the lowest is 15, highest 20 in terms of viewers. I I'm waiting to get into a trade. When are you getting in? I already got in a few trades earlier for a scalp. To be honest, I actually should have got in at this support level right here at 773. But what I'm pretty much waiting for is for this to be my trigger. I need to confirm that we're pretty much at the reversal, and we already did, but prices already got way past like a valid entry. So in 33 minutes, what I'm hoping for is another candle that would take out the high of this trigger candle, and that would be the main move, pretty much. So that's really what I look for. But the fact that you have patience, because I see that you said that you're waiting for it to get into a trade. You know how many people like they just get in just to get in, just to feel that exhilarating rush of being in a trade. This what we're doing right now, where we're sitting wait on our hands waiting for a trade. This is what actual professional trading look like. Nice, we're both long. I said we're both long. That's funny. But yeah, um, yeah, you pretty much that's like I feel like 80% of trading is waiting. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you do have to be like that in the beginning though, because there's no other way for you to learn what works and what don't work. So you're just trying everything to see, what fits and what doesn't. But after a while, you really get the click that okay, the market doesn't necessarily change. The only thing that's gonna change is you and how you approach the market. And what does that require? You have to be more patient. You have to sit on your hands more. Wait for those A+ setups. You know what I mean? And that's boring. That's mad boring. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was one of my biggest problems. And then I'll just jump in trades just to do it, just because I'm in an idle state. You know what I mean? It's crazy though. What do you normally trade? How do I say this? Mustaformer. I think I'm saying it right. What do you normally trade though? Commodities, oil, futures, gold. You get on live every day. I try to get on live most days. This week was like the most I've been on live this week, but like, well, I should say overall. But I'm now getting into streaming, so I'm trying to like find my footing pretty much. But I am gonna try to be streaming every day. You trade mostly ES and SPY futures. Okay, cool. So you're not a crackhead. That's perfect. My heart was gonna drop for you if you said you trade NQ. Oh my goodness. I swear, anybody, again, I don't even care if you not even chatting, you just watching and you trade NQ. I'm sneak dissing. If you trade NQ, we gonna have to get your mental check. Like, we gonna have to look into your brain and see what's going on. There's some addictive properties that's going on in that brain, because there's no other way. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'll join you every day and trade with you. That would be perfect. Because honestly, I'm not a know-it-all. You know what I mean? All I do is look at what the market is telling me, and I trade based off of that. But I'm also open to other people's analysis as well too. Are you short? Are you long? What do you see? Maybe you see something that I don't. So that's really what I mean in terms of like building a community. Like, we just help each other, give insight. I was saying before, like, with these hedge funds, institutions, all those big institutions, that's all they do for real. They just they just have a big information advantage. But if we, the retail, like, share our information together, have analysis, news, stuff like that, then I feel like we can heighten our odds. Even if we're not getting the entire pie, I feel like the crumbs is still a lot of money. We're talking about billions and billions of dollars. So I'll take crumbs of billions. I could use that. I don't know about y'all. So, Musta, how did you find the channel? Like, did it come up in like algorithms or like search or from Instagram? This is a nice pullback here too, and our trigger is forming nicely as well. This is our trigger here. 28 minutes to go. So let's draw a line at this bottom here. Yeah, right here. So that way, if the next hour that opens up, if it drops to this line, we can take dip buys here. Or if we can drop, and then I'll say a mid-level point here too. So we can have a starter position here, and then an add if the wick forms down to 82 or so. What's this? Yeah, 82. We can do that. I think that's the plan. So we form the next hourly in 27 minutes. What we're looking for is a bottom wick, and then we take out these highs here of 801, 800 pretty much. We don't have to draw out this line because we pretty much have it marked out up here a little bit as well. Clear stop. We would have our stop here at 773. Could be earlier. Who knows? But that's what we're looking for in 27 minutes. I was searching future vids and chart strategies and stuff, and you popped up. Nice, nice. It's so hard to work with these algorithms sometimes. So like the fact that it's actually like working, it gives me just a little bit more, I want to say confidence. Cause like before this, I don't know how long you was watching, but I'm telling you, it's just straight talking to myself. I think that's why I'm only talking to like you right now, cause you're only like you and the other person's Howard. You guys are the only people speaking to me. I don't want to. If I'm speaking to myself all day, I feel schizophrenic after a while. You know what I mean? But it's nice. That's good though. If anyone else want to chat too, feel free to just comment. I do well to remember all, especially like from the beginning. I really do hope this gets big, but like, I want to cherish the start. Like, where you have like 2, 3, 4, 5 viewers. I'm gonna remember y'all. You know what I mean? Like Musta, I'm for sure gonna remember you. You're pretty much like my first chatter. Is that what they call like the people that chat in the chat, chatters? I think so. Yeah, that would be fire. My trigger's getting messed up. Good thing we didn't chase that move. Jamaican. Where are you from ethnically? I'm Jamaican. My family is Jamaican. Yeah, where are you guys from? Right now it's showing that it's 7 people here. So if at least another person can also tell me where they're from as well, or at least just chat, say something. Say something. All right, I'm not gonna sing here because then people will actually start leaving. I don't want that. Yes, my family's from Saint Elizabeth, Jamaica. Jamaica. Sudan. Oh, that's so cool. I'll keep up with the national basketball team for Sudan. If I'm not mistaken, it's Royal Ivy. Is that, or did Royal Ivy take over a different team? I'm pretty sure it's Royal Ivy that's the coach. But my trigger is getting ruined, honestly. Because look, what we're supposed to get is a nice bottoming doji here. Good thing we waited, though, because we would have got cooked. But what we were supposed to get is a bottom doji here off of the support, but it's closing more so. Oh, wow. These shorts are so aggressive today. And I get it because fundamentally it makes sense. But what I was expecting is a nice bottom wick so we can use it as a trigger. And then the next candle would be bullish. But now the bears just took back over control. Look at it. I'm gonna show you guys how it look on the delta. This is pretty much showing all aggressive sellers, and you usually don't ever see it like, not, I wouldn't say ever, but the fact that it's stacked up like this is insane. 7,000 of aggressive negative sellers. That rips the soul out of all bulls, especially if they were already positioned. That rips all confidence out the bulls right there. That's so nasty. Good thing we waited. Good thing we didn't chase. Because we for sure would have got cooked. Now I'm getting a little iffy about this market, man. Because what are we doing here? What do we want to do? Are we gonna respect the signals or not? This is insane. All right, but now that we broke this level, we can't cry over spilled milk. So the next level that we have to watch for is 754. This is the next level where the buyers have an opportunity to make a recovery. But there goes our signal. Our signal really, like, it's completely gone. It's not even, look. Our signal is completely gone. We had a nice bottom wick here. Now this is completely bearish. Because what this showed is buyers was trying their ass off to try to make a recovery. And sellers was not, like, they was just not having it. MACD is still freshly diverging. The gap between the signal lines is increasing, which means bearish momentum is increasing. What's up with y'all? What is the damage, sellers? Why are you guys acting like this? Why are you guys acting like this? But there's no problem. You know why there's not a problem? Because we still have if then for these situations as well. So on the hourly now, what I'm seeing is being that because of this candle now, there's a lot of aggressive sellers in this candle. In 21 minutes, another hourly opens up. So do we really think the buyers, especially if they didn't break through here, if they couldn't recover here, do we really think after two strong candles and they really tried here, do we really think the buyers are actually going to recover all of this way and then some? Do we really think that's going to happen? And again, it's probabilities. So it's not a 0% chance that it's going to happen. It could happen, but the chances are very, very low. So what I want to see now in this 20 minutes when this hourly opens up, the first move has to be a pop. It has to be a pop so we can form a topping wick, just like what we did here. So we can form a topping wick and then move lower. And then maybe after that, we can find a low for the bulls to at least like come up from there. But so far, these sellers are 8,000, 9,000. Come on, it's just increasing. It's just increasing the amount of sellers. And you see how this says negative 1K of aggressive selling? That shows that sellers have enough confidence to be stepping up at the bottom of the move as well. Now, it's getting attacked a little bit, but the fact that they're that aggressive to really be taking heavy positions at the bottom of a move right here. Let's see how that looks. Well, of course, we're going to push down a little bit longer. Look at all this confidence these sellers have. That's so nasty. The one thing that we have to worry about is the price getting extended too far to the downside, especially if we're now looking for the short. Because then you don't want to risk that retracement. Oof, we can scalp that move, but it's so extended down, and it's in the middle between the range. Chances are it's gonna push a little bit lower, but I wouldn't want to risk a pop before that happens. See, I wouldn't want to risk that. You always got to think risk first. Yeah, you can make a lot of money if this continues lower and hit 754, but you don't want to risk a pop before that happens. Now it looks a little bit more because it already had that pop and it couldn't hold. So buyers lose confidence on a micro time frame, pushing price lower. The sellers just keep building confidence as it gets lower. Why? Because the buyers are just so weak. They're just not stepping up to the plate. And again, I had buy side interest. I was looking for buys. But because the market is not agreeing with what I'm seeing, I just have to go with what the market is telling me. You can't see the market how you want to see it. You know what I mean? Hmm. Next hourly opens up in 17 minutes. This has got to be the best stream so far. I'm not gonna lie. In terms of like progress, I got my first new chatter. I went to a high of like 8 concurrent viewers. That's a win for me. I don't know about y'all. That's a win for me. I'm grateful for that. Like, and what we made $455 today. Our profit target is 500, so we're $50 short. But there's no need to rush. There's so many days in the year to trade. There's no need to rush. What platform do you guys trade on? I'm currently using Topstep, as y'all see. But I know there's definitely Apex traders, a lot of Apex traders. I know there's My Fund and Futures, Take Profit. Any of your fellow Topstep traders? Bounce off of a moving average. Always watch out for that. Sellers just continue to step up here. Wow. Another 15-minute opening, and it actually opened pretty close to the lows of the 10:30 15-minute. It's nasty. I don't trust any pops on this candle. Any pops that I see on this candle, I'm not trusting that. The buyers are gonna have to like literally snatch control back from these shorts. And the next level, well, major level that we can see a test at is 748. How are we looking on the daily? Yeah. About 748, 750. That's the next level I'm watching. 16,000. I've never seen 16,000 a negative selling delta on one candle before. It can't even fit all the information. That's insane. That's so mean. Like, this was such a strong bullish candle on the 1 minute, literally engulfed this entire candle. And the sellers just be like, nah, let me just take back all y'all progress one time. Like, y'all thought y'all had us, huh? Nah, let me just take it back. Look, the MACD is even converging a little bit. Unless these buyers can make a nice bottom wick here. But if it falls below this wick, that's so mean, guys. Sellers, have some class. Y'all had y'all fun, bro. Unless you in a position. If y'all here and y'all in y'all position, I hope y'all still eating. But I might have to tweak my system just a bit. Only because I be missing the bulk of the move. Only because my system says I can't trade unless it's after 9:45 to even 10 o'clock. But a lot of the beginning of moves happens like before 9:30 or even at 3 in the morning. And I be up watching charts at 3 in the morning. So I'm always available for the market. It's just that because it's extended trading hours, I don't trade those times at all. However, they can give really good opportunities in terms of position. So that's what I'm sacrificing. So what I'm thinking is I'll probably will test it out on the MES, if anything. I'll test it out on the MES and let's just pretty much see how it goes from there. But yeah, this is why I was not trusting any pops on that candle. I was not trusting any pops on that candle at all. Because look at the mid screen. Now we got a top and wick, trap buyers, and we got ways to go. We're more than likely going to see a push towards the downside here on the 15 minutes. Stack sellers. First we had 16K, and they're still stacking up. If they can't hold this level, we're going down, and we may test 748 right after. So the bulls going to have to step up somewhere, and like, they can't keep getting away with this. How much is... Let me get a little close up on exactly what's going on. So we got aggressive sellers stepping in up here at the top of this wick. Yo, they got one of the best positions. This is actually a really good position for the shorts because they're getting the top of wick for pretty much the continuation through the lows. And then the next move would be 48, which is a lot of points. That's almost 10 points. Especially if it can close below this level here of 756. That would be insane. That would be insane for I actually want to scalp that, but can't. We can't scalp it. Y'all can scalp it if y'all want. Probably will make money, yes, but you better be quick. You better be quick. You want to see a top and wick form and then short through the low. Not at the low, but through the low of 57. That's right here. 56.50 or so. Yeah. Converging up here. Damn, that entire buy order just got absorbed. Damn, these sellers are ruthless. They just absorbed that entire buy. Nah. It's 30 seconds, guys. Y'all can still make a... Nah. Ain't no way. That's a scalpable move, too. Ooh, that's such a scalpable move. That's crazy. I could have seen that coming from a mile away. Because that was a large order that just went through. And the same level that I showed y'all right here. I said, what's this? 764. It just absorbed it and went right back. Oh, gosh. I want to scout this so bad, bro. Do I have to lock my account? Is that what's going to have to happen? Y'all think I should lock this shit? My profit target is only $50 more. Oh yeah, see, I'm locking that shit. Look at that. I'm locking this shit out. See, now the market acting funny. I'm gonna lock this shit out. Converging up a little bit too. Trapping these shorts here. Yeah, see? I would have got cooked right there. I would have got the short end right here. Got it cooked. Staring at the 1 minute time frame. But I still don't believe in these buyers, honestly. You have to see this number for buyers to be like, for me to see buyers gain confidence. This number has to be much smaller than it is. It's at 992. Right? You want to see it go down. 900, 800. You know what I mean? 700, 600. Get smaller and smaller and smaller. That's the only time price is going to break through. But we just got stack selling here. Then from this previous candle. Then from the point of control. It's just so much resistance for these buyers to have to go through. You just need one large order to bolster it up, and nobody's stepping up to the plate. Nobody's stepping up to the plate. That's why I personally don't believe in this candle. I don't believe in this 15-minute here. And the 1 minute looks like it is building up, though, to make a move. But again, that smaller time frame versus larger time frame. We're at the 200 EMA on the 4-hour. Like right at it. So it's a test level. Six minutes till that next hourly opens. Yo, if it breaks through 48, that would be so crazy. And the market will real life tank. That's why you don't trust the smaller time frames. Always trust the larger time frames, bro. A big order came through and it got absorbed again. That's insane. These sellers are just ruthless. 6 minutes to go. This is the most hesitation it's had all day, though. Like, it's just channeling at this level here. You got a little bit here, but it wasn't for too long. Yeah, pretty much. This is the most indecision we had all day. Y'all ever use 1 second charts? I like to put 1 second charts on a line chart just because it just gives like a simplified view of how the ticks look. Like, for example, let's say I'm looking for it to break a high. You will see the tick like kind of hit it like a little ping pong ball, and then before it breaks. So it gives me like a little visual while I'm actually looking at the detailed information. Not everything got to be complicated, you know what I mean? Some things got to be simple. Like, look at the ping pong ball. Now it's bouncing off the floor. Low floor. Now it has to continue. Let me not say has to, but just an example. That's how I watch it. It's rounding out at this bottom here. Oh, look. And they're finally taking out these sellers here. Remember, this is at 900. You want to see a decrease, and it's decreasing. 500, 400, 300, 200. Nice. Okay, buyers are stepping up now. Now buyers are stepping up. Now these sellers here, right here, and right here, they are in the hot seat. They are trapped now. Because now price is above their entry. Now think if you're short here, and price is above your entry, you're shitting bricks more than likely, right? So where are you gonna stop out? More than likely at this high. Can't hold. Can't hold. You guys keep giving the sellers like every time that happens where you get absorbed, for some reason it's just at this level too. This must be an iceberg. Let me mark out this level because this is the third time this happened. That's, yeah, the sellers get so much confidence from that. Like, oh yeah, y'all thought y'all had us, and then shoof, breaks through again. I really thought the buyers were stepping up here. They finally took out that order, and then it just gets absorbed. It feels like it was like right there, like in a gold mine, where you just digging, and you're right about to hit the gold or the diamond, and then you just stop. You just ease off the gas pedal. That's what that felt like just now. Overall CVD cumulative volume delta is still on the bearish side, which means shorts are still in control overall. But that's obvious. Yeah, I didn't need the numbers to know that. 2 minutes into the next hourly. And you know what's funny though? Just like how there's an order here that won't make price, that's making price not, yeah, what am I trying to say? That's restricting price from going higher. There's something down here as well. Who is that? I'll be right back, guys. All right, we're back. Well, I got my little PlayStation microphone down. Had some mail. Sellers are stepping back up again. Oh my goodness, they just don't stop. These sellers are just greedy. The tilt is long now though, so that means a lot of people are getting in long positions here. But that's so early. You guys are jumping the gun. The hourly is about to open in 20 seconds. You don't know what's going to happen. We are at a nice support here. At a support level. That's not the support, but it's a support level. Doesn't mean we have to hold this level. We're going to test it for sure. But this hourly is in 5 minutes. We can see a massive wick in the first 10 seconds of it. Even in the first 5 minutes of it. Let's see what we get. A pop and drop is what we was looking for. So maybe that's what these longs are looking for as well. Maybe for a scalp, for that pop before the drop. But that's so... I mean, it's not really that risky because we are at the extension side of the move. So you're pretty much just risking it continuing. But if you have a tight stop, that doesn't really affect you that much. You can have a stop right below the support of 753 if you're long, and just let it go. Here's the pop. Let's watch and see what we get. Let's see. Where the seller's gonna step up at. 5 minutes is showing me nothing. We do have a wick on a 15-minute that we can use, but we have to wait till we get at least a little bit closer to the 60s. That's nasty on a 1 minute time frame though. Don't want to chase that move. I need a more of a pop than that. It's not enough for me. Yeah, for the most part, my winners are like, how long do you be in your trades? Because usually I get in out like 3 minute max, 5 minute max. It's pretty much the same, pretty much. I don't like to overstay my welcome in the market. So you can have those trades where you're in there for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe even hours. But I feel like those trades are usually on MES. But I do both. I do scalp and I also do long directionals as well too. So, but I'm better at doing scalps, and with my scalps, I don't like overstaying my welcome. So usually 5 minutes, 2 minutes, even if you get a pop, like let's say within a minute, like 30, 20 seconds. If I hit my profit target in that 20, 30 seconds, I'm gonna close out. And it's probably a flaw. I should probably have just a little bit more confidence to take most out and just leave one to run with a trailing stop. But that's stuff that we can add as we go. You know, you can't really tackle every task all at once. But yeah, I would say my longest trade was about 10 minutes or so. Shortest was definitely like 20 seconds or less. Can't lie to you there. The trade I was in earlier today was actually pretty short too. I'm pretty sure that was less than 2 minutes or so. Some bearish pressure. So we got the pop a little bit, but are we going to have the drop here? Because I was expecting it to come a little bit higher till it did hit that 60 range. Damn, how was that not looking? 62. That's a nice short here. Especially if you make a nice doji, topping doji, and then break through those lows. That would be a beautiful short. It's just, I don't want to risk that. Like, this is such an extension of a move. I don't want to risk all of this. Look how far away from BR. Prices is getting above the 90 MA. Don't want to risk that right now. Trying to get in too soon. I need a clear signal. I need a clear signal. That's what I need. Any Knicks fans? I'm also in a good mood because my Knicks won yesterday. Look at that, see? That's why you don't risk that. That's why you don't risk that. So happy. Yo, like, sitting on your hands, you would notice, if it's one thing that this stream, like, I don't even want to say teach y'all, but show y'all, is how beneficial sitting on your hands could be. And just, like, watching moves. Like, if you have a trade idea in your head, okay, you can mentally place that trade without actually risking your money. Right now, I'm $50 under my profit target. I don't have to, like, get in on any trade just to try to make $50 more, $100 more if I already hit my target. But that doesn't mean my analysis stopped there. For future references, to help build my market intuition, what I would do is I'll mentally place trades, see how it plays out, and take notes off of that. You know what I mean? Like, what would happen if I got in short there? I would have got stopped out for sure. I would have got cooked. What happens if I had got long here? If I said, nah, let me just get in on the first long when it touches the support, since it's the first time it's touching it, then I would have been winning. Especially if I placed a stop right below support like I mentioned earlier. That would have been a winning trade right off the bounce. Then you have to think about, why didn't I get in the trade? I really just opened up. Need some more information first. MACD is still green. It's not green. MACD is still red. That's bearish sentiment. We just had a major strong red candle right before this one on a higher time frame, like 15-minute and 30, especially 15-minute and 30. So it's a bunch of reasons why I didn't get in there, but still good to visualize. Still fun. Like, I watch candlesticks and charts like it's TV. Even when I'm not trading, like when I log off right here, y'all probably think that I'm probably just gonna go to sleep or watch TV. And nah, I'm gonna go on my trading view. I have it on my phone. I have it on my phone, and I just go sit there and I just watch charts all day while I'm eating. Just watch charts. You just gotta be obsessive with it. Okay, I'm seeing a signal off the 5-minute now. 5-minute has to close in 2 minutes though. Oh gosh, what? Don't want to trade. You know what? I'm not gonna keep tempting myself. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not gonna keep tempting myself. That's how bad decisions are made. I'm not gonna keep tempting myself. The pep talk I was giving y'all, it was really for me. All right, the cat's out the bag. I just can't. I'm sorry. I was really talking to myself right there. That's how you gotta disguise it sometimes. But I've gotta protect my capital. I got to. Crucify me, guys. I don't know what y'all want me to say. Oh, y'all already dropping. Come on, y'all. I had to. Please. All right, look. All right, definitely probably not tomorrow. I should be streaming tomorrow, but I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I don't usually trade on Fridays, and neither should y'all. Fridays are probably the worst days. Fridays and Mondays are probably the worst days you could trade. I will be streaming still, just in case you are gonna trade. I could probably help with a little bit of analysis, outlook. I do read the news each morning, market news each morning. So you guys are informed. I read Delta, so you guys can at least get some order flow information. So, but I mainly just do that for ES. I can probably here and there switch out, like if I get more people that trade other stuff like NQ. Not really NQ, but like gold, oil. All right, I'm not gonna discriminate against NQ users, NQ traders. All right, y'all can trade your NQ. Y'all are crackheads, but you can trade your NQ. I'm not really gonna judge you that much. But other than that, yeah, this market is just too volatile right now for me to take any more trades, especially being that I already hit my PT. So I'm gonna reload the clip for next time. There's no point of wasting bullets if my target is already hit. If y'all target is already hit too, put your gun away. Put it back. Lock it back in its safe. Clean it. Clean the gun if you want. If you want to play with it. Clean the gun. Take it to the range. If your target is finished, you're finished too. And my target is finished, so I'm finished as well. So everybody that's here, it's been real. I hope you guys tune into the next stream as well. Shout out for y'all for actually sticking around this long. This is probably like one of the best streams I've ever had in terms of like activity. Like, follow. You don't really have to. As long as you tune in next time, I'm cool. A like would be nice. You know what I mean? But all right, y'all. It's been real.